Hello and welcome back to Marzi Show for another video. This video is going to be about the Anime Man. Now, although the channel is the Anime Man, this video is not about anime. I did once make a video about my anime collection, but that's not what this is. I was inspired to make kind of anime-ish content by the Anime Man a few years ago now, but I kind of want to talk about his channel and his new video on his second channel, Joey, and it is called Why My Channel Might Disappear Soon. Let's talk about it. Now, I don't think that my internet's really stable enough at the moment to watch this purely on YouTube, so I did download it, which is why you see title, and then this thing here, by the way, is the URL. Let's get into the video. I have seen this, by the way. There's stuff that I want to talk about within it.
Bye. You know that Simpsons meme of the chuckle, I'm in danger. Yeah, I can't really laugh at that anymore because that's me right now. So to explain, this channel that you are on right now, if you don't know me, is not actually my main channel. I actually have a main channel called The Anime Man.
3.1 million subscribers. The channel this was uploaded on is the second channel, Joey, which I think he goes on to explain.
Which has over 3 million subscribers to this point. Thank you, by the way. As of yesterday, me recording this video, I received my second community guideline strike. Yay!
This is kind of interesting because usually when a channel's in danger, well, for a long time, it was copyright strikes, but that's not what this is. Joey here isn't the first person to get community guideline strike. This is an interesting case, which he'll go on to explain. KSI was in trouble for similar thing, you know, as in he got community guideline strikes, not for the same reason that Joey goes on to explain why he got them, but just community guidelines in general.
For those of you who are familiar with my content on that channel, you're probably not all that surprised. But what you will be surprised is what exactly triggered those two community guideline strikes. Because if anything, it wasn't actually the contents of the video that got me both of my strikes.
Unlike KSI, for example, it's not the content in the video. KSI, for example, child endangerment, I think, was where his were coming into place, and they were like through compilation.
It was the description of those videos. Because if you don't know, in YouTube's terms of service, there is a community guideline that states that no NSFW material can be advertised.
It says external links policy. The safety of our creators, viewers, and partners is our highest priority. We look to each of you to help protect this unique and vibrant community. It's important you understand our community guidelines and the role they play and share responsibility to keep YouTube safe. Take time to read policy below. Also check out this page for a full list of our guidelines. Our links that send users to websites featuring content that violate our community guidelines and allow on YouTube. If you're posting content, don't link things in your content. They direct users to links that install malware, links to that stuff, links to websites or apps that are phishing for users' login credentials, financial information, etc. Links to websites, apps, or other information technology that give unauthorized free access to audio content, audio-visual content, full video game software, or streaming services that normally require payment. So this would be something like if you had a Netflix show on a Google Drive and you're like, oh hey, here's a link to that to watch it for free, that kind of thing. Which is interesting because I guess that's where like channels that are like, oh, watch such and such movie for free, maybe that's why they get shut down. I honestly haven't actually read this. I didn't really know this existed, but I mainly use my links to post to other channels that I own or for sources in videos. I generally don't go outside of YouTube unless it's to my Instagram or Twitter or TikTok. My TikTok link, I don't know. Links to sites selling items noted in our regulated goods guidelines. I don't know what that is. Links to content that will violate our hate or harassment policies if uploaded to YouTube. Okay. And so on and so forth, basically. This is what Joey was in breach of, which he goes on to explain.
Description of your videos. And I ended up doing that twice on two different videos, which resulted in my two community guideline strikes. One of which I was completely at fault for, and the other one of which was completely out of my control and is one that I'm actually trying to fight on right now with my network.
Interesting, I think, here, where he says that videos are fine.
videos are actually still up on my channel. You can still watch them.
That's strange considering their guidelines, you know. I mean, if he got the strike and then removed it for that reason, then why is it still active? And also the second one that he's fighting, which is still active, that they're both still active, yet the videos are online. I don't get that. Like, if you get a strike, for example, I don't think, maybe I'm wrong here. If I'm wrong, correct me. Although it's odd to ask, correct me on something that's like, I should know. But basically, so if you get a copyright claim and it's music, you can mute the audio or replace the music or whatever, or video or whatever. That's fine, and then the video can go up as it is. Maybe that's where this comes into it, instead of it being like a copyright strike where the video is taken down. Because I don't think then that you can remove the stuff that was in violation and then have the video still up. It's a bit confusing, you know. There'll be a link to this video, by the way, in the description.
Certainly no stranger to community guideline strikes and copyright strikes, especially when dealing with things like anime. But in my entire 8.5 years of me doing this whole Anime Man thing, I have never gotten 2 strikes at once. I've never gotten my channel deleted off YouTube before, so it would really suck to see a channel I put 8.5 years of my life into to just be, you know, tossed aside and forgotten about as if it never existed.
It's interesting. So he says 2 at the same time, I guess simultaneously, you know. So I think, to the best of my knowledge, strikes work in a 90-day window. So if you get a community guideline strike, I believe, same with the copyright strike, copyright claims generally, I think, not all of them, are fine. You can get as many copyright claims as you want because they're claiming the video, and usually, most cases, they take the revenue. So you don't get penalized for that. But when it comes to copyright strikes, for example, then I think there's a 90-day window. So if you get 3 within 90 days, your channel is in danger. So you can get 1 and then you're fine. And then the second one, well, you'd be on the side of caution for the next however long. If you get 1 and then you get 1 like 2 months later, let's say like 60 days later, then in 30 days, the first one will expire and you'll go back to 1 active one. It's not 3 ever, it's 3 active, as far as I know.
It got me thinking, as I was shitting my pants, going through all of my previous videos to make sure I hadn't accidentally done the same mistake over and over again, of just how fickle this entire YouTube dream really is. People of the older generation say that, oh, you know, YouTube is very much an unstable job. It could die tomorrow. It could easily just go to shit tomorrow. And you know what? They really are right on that.
There's another like 3 minutes of that video. As I said, I'll link it in the description, because he goes on to talk about having YouTube as a job and how he does mention in the clip that I just played about how fickle it kind of is. He talks about how YouTubers usually work kind of more hours than a 9 to 5, for example. Well, depending on how dedicated you are. Like, he, for example, would be working quite a bit, quite often, you know. Me, on the other hand, I don't work, like, he says 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. I don't work 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. Generally, I try most days to maybe find something to make a video on. If I'm not, then I'll try and think of a video idea. If not, if I've already done that, then I'll try and write a bit. I might do some research into something, even if it doesn't turn into a video. Generally, most days, 7 days a week, I will try and do something towards a video at some stage in the day. Now, he does also say, interestingly enough, that like a 9 to 5 job, or unlike, sorry, there's like a fixed kind of income there, you know, whereas on YouTube, effort doesn't equate to income. Someone can spend a week editing and making a video and get less views than it would take someone who shot a YouTube short, for example. There is no consistency there. But fortunately for Joey in this case, he has his second channel called Joey. They'll both be linked in the description. So if the Anime Man does disappear, which hopefully it doesn't, 3.1 million subscribers in 8.5 years, that would be sad to see it go. Then he has a channel with nearly 500,000 subscribers as a second channel to kind of bounce back, and his content on his second channel is kind of different and more what he wants to do than sticking to anime on the Anime Man, which could be beneficial, definitely to creativity, more freedom and such. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. And yeah, have a nice day. Peace.